we have the gaming industry is about to change forever, and this is in reference to the Saudis, bruh. EA is private. Battlefield, Skate, you know. It's interesting, and I don't know why they did that, and I'm really intrigued to find out why, if I'm being completely fucking honest. Like, I want to know. Let's see which direction EA is going to go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we have ourselves a pretty major story. A story that me personally, I didn't see coming. I don't know if you guys saw this coming. You can let me know in the comments down below. I did not see this coming.
Me
But
either.
it is being reported by multiple
Well,
different
actually,
outlets,
did I or did I not? Maybe not specifically with EA, but I don't know if you guys saw this. Tom Brady also got bought out. Bro is out of retirement again due to a Saudi. Again, just an interesting pattern that I'm noticing. That's it. Observation, you could say.
right now, that EA is reportedly about to be sold in a record-setting $50 billion buyout to an investor group that includes private equity and Saudi Arabia. Now, this is highly suspicious to me.
I agree. Bro, I agree. Let me just read what someone said. EA getting sold has got to be a good thing, right? Their games are awful these days, except the sports ones, FPS ones. You get what I'm saying? Like, what is the future after this Battlefield? What's gonna happen? Eh? Or is it like they're going private, so like they don't have to worry about being public and the stress it causes? You know what I'm saying? That's like a big thing with public companies. Like, you have a stock, and if they have enough shares, they can have control. It's a whole thing. And like, some projects you'll rush or not do because you think it's going to make the stock go down or up, and that sucks for investors. You get what I'm saying? So it doesn't really lead to growth. That's what's going in my head too. I'm just thinking about everything. My favorite women's basketball player, they got money. It's always about money. They do. Again, all of a sudden, Tom Brady is out there throwing the football again. Look what money makes a bitch do. US will now be the villains of FPS games.
The reason why is because, number one, I mean, listen, a lot of companies are going private now. They're trying to buy themselves out and go private.
To be honest, I wondered, sorry. I always wondered why a lot of companies weren't private because of all that they can do and grow, but I know it's because of the money that they're public. You get it, just fucking fucks with my brain.
For whatever reason that may be. I get that. I understand that. But Saudi Arabia is heavily involved in a lot of video game franchises and studios now, where it's becoming highly questionable. They even just purchased Evo, which is the biggest fighting tournament in the world. They purchased that, and now they have full control of that, on top of other things as well. They have a 97% control over SMK.
Oh, hell no.
The Saudi prince has 97% control over
Hell
that.
no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Everyone go private. Everyone go private. Do not let this shit get bought up by another fucking country. Hell no.
It's just blowing my mind that this is even
Private.
And $50 billion, I mean, that is a lot of money for EA. Now, don't get it twisted. EA makes insane amount of money, okay?
Yeah.
EA, with their microtransactions and their sport video games, their yearly releases, they
But you were right. With the other games that they're ass, yeah.
make insane money from these games. Everybody knows that.
Mhm.
But $50 billion seems massive to me for this particular company. But hey, we're going to talk about it and see exactly what's going on here. So as reported by the Wall Street Journal, gaming giant EA is set to go private. That is, no longer be traded on the stock market in a $50 billion deal with an investor group. This would be the largest such leverage buyout ever.
Yeah, I was just going to say, this is a record. You said, oh my God, I just saw you in one battle after another. Wait, what is that? What is one battle after? I don't act or nothing. I haven't had any cameos. What's one battle after another?
Reported. According to the SWJ's anonymous sources, EA could be sold for as much as $50 billion, though the final price has not yet been agreed on, and EA has an estimated market value of about $43 billion. The group of investors reportedly includes the private equity firm Silver Lake and the government of Saudi Arabia's public investment fund. I can't even imagine what it must be like to move around this level of money, right? I'm sure, like, maybe in Saudi Arabia,
Saudis are sorry. Saudis are the same ones that buy out Rihanna and Justin Bieber to perform for their birthdays. That's how loaded they are. You see what I'm trying to get at? So what the fuck do you want? What the fuck do you want? And no, I am not another Thay Thumb, bruh. A bitch is literally stock female. Would never change shit about this vehicle, bitch. You said a really great movie that just came out. I was just giving you a compliment. My bad. No, it's okay. It's because of people like Dylan that fuck it up. Exactly like Dylan.
This shit's normal, but I can't imagine moving around this level of money when you're talking about buying things for multiple billions of dollars. It's mind blowing to me. Even
And I'm more so disappointed in EA. It's not all about the Saudis, okay? I'm just intrigued. You said that hoodie is ass? That's not what like thousands of people said. See y'all on Battlefield 6.
for a company like EA, it's mind blowing to me. The fact that they have
That's what I'm
an
saying.
estimated market value of $43 billion is insane to me. But in any case, the deal could be announced as early as next week. And I'm telling you right now, if they announce that EA is going private, I don't know what that's going to mean for the industry. I don't know what that's going to mean for the games that they make. I have no idea what it's going to mean for anything, to be honest with you. It's not often as something this big comes along where you have a company of this magnitude going private. It doesn't happen very often, right? Steam is one of the
Hmm.
biggest companies out there that is currently private. They didn't go private.
But they're smart. Like that's why I like Steam. You get what I'm saying? They know how to move, and it's not like they weren't not private. You get what I'm trying to say? They knew like no one's gonna invest into our company so much to where they can kind of make decisions if they get a certain amount of shares, bruh. Hell no, bruh.
They've always been private. I can't imagine EA suddenly going private and being fully in control of all their IPs with no investors to worry about, no outside sources to worry about, no ESG reports that they have to do. I just can't imagine them doing it, to be honest with you. But the deal can be announced again as early as next week. It will be the largest leverage buyout ever recorded. A leverage buyout is when a private equity firm uses a significant amount of borrowed money to seal the deal, with the assets set to be acquired used as collateral in the debt. This effectively leaves the acquired company liable for the debt. If its income can't adequately service the debt, it will bear the consequences of a default, not the investors who made the purchase. And that usually means closures and layoffs. As reported by the Los Angeles Times, one such leverage buyout eventually resulted in bankruptcy and closure for the once ubiquitous toy retailer Toys R Us. The fact that the upper bound cited for the deal is proportionally close to EA's estimated value, what's $7 billion between friends, could give reason for optimism that EA's debt burden will be proportional to its means. Even aside from the eventual bankruptcy, though, there's precedent for acquisitions like this causing massive disruptions to the company.
Hmm.
Microsoft cut 1,900 jobs at Xbox in
Oh yeah,
January of
that's
2024,
yeah.
shortly after its acquisition of Activision Blizzard, and Blizzard Entertainment was heavily affected in particular. Now, I remember when the whole situation happened with Microsoft,
Yeah.
Blizzard, and Activision. They tried to do this whole
Um,
gaslight where they were trying to tell their employees, "Don't worry, everything's going to be fine. We have no plans to let people off. We're going to try to
well, they did tell them that they were gonna let them off though. I saw the email, like multiple emails. It said, "Be aware that this might happen." I'm not saying that like it's a good thing that happened, but I'm just saying they were aware.
find a place for everybody." And after all that bullshit came out, like
Like I just sometimes I'm like, some people gotta do layoffs. If they gotta do layoffs, they gotta do fucking layoffs. Like, don't let the ethos get to you. Like, you gotta think about if you were a business owner, you needed to save money and do all this stuff. And if you had to like do layoffs, then you gotta do it for the sake of the company. You get what I'm saying? It sucks. Like, obviously you have emotion and feelings towards a person that just lost their job, but you get what I'm trying to say? You get what I'm trying to say?
not even a couple of weeks later, we saw the bloodbath and people were losing their jobs in mass like crazy. They were just dropping one by one by one.
Yeah,
The same thing's
13,000.
going to happen here. EA
3% of
going
their
private,
company.
I'm sure they're going to look at places like BioWare.
Nintendo never ain't ever did layoffs. Yeah, Nintendo, but it's because they don't. Nintendo don't really like I don't know. Microsoft compared to Nintendo is like completely different. I feel like in terms of games, the companies that can be put on Nintendos, like the games and shit. Like, come on,
For example,
y'all are
they're going to
very
look at BioWare and
limited.
be like, why are you even open? What the fuck do you provide that you're even open right now? You guys haven't made money in over 10 years. What are you providing? I don't understand. So they're all going to be gone, right? But in any case, Microsoft cut 1,900 jobs,
Thank you for the
and they
follow.
were heavily affected. The other known quantity in the purported deal, the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund, has been making inroads in games for several years as part of a multifaceted push into global media and entertainment. This has included the following: sports, Saudi Arabia Pro League football,
I told you guys about this. List the correlation. There it is, boys. Suck it.
LIV Golf, the Professional Fighters League, entertainment, investment in Hollywood films, ownership stakes in game companies like Nintendo and Capcom, including a
And there
10%
you go
stake
with
in EA
Nintendo.
prior to this deal. Sports entertainment. Saudi Arabia made a $1 billion deal in 2018 to host major WWE events in the kingdom. And the promotion recently announced that WrestleMania 43 will be held in Riyadh in 2027. Critics of the Saudi Arabian government have called the practice sports washing, or using a growing influence and ubiquity in the entertainment industry to distract from the government's human rights record. EA, much like its competitor Ubisoft, has struggled in recent years. Well, that's because you guys just keep doing dumb shit, right? You keep investing money in shit that nobody cares about.
No,
You over
literally.
rely
I seen some games that they put out, and I was like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
on your
Bruh.
microtransactions, you over rely on your sports games, and you have other games that have
Hmm.
come out that have completely flopped, and then you gaslight people
Your
about them.
billing
You're
gets
not
tough.
honest about
Thank
them,
you. Thank
and
you.
then you keep making the same shit over and over and over again. That is the reason why you guys are in the place that you're in right now. Once formidable titans, both have been left behind as consolidation efforts have turned Microsoft and Sony into unsaleable super heavyweights. At the same time, smaller publishers like Dread, XP, Devolver, and PlayStack have become ubiquitous at the other end of the budget spectrum. It seems like this journalist just discovered the word ubiquitous and now can't stop using it. EA lost the lucrative FIFA license, which was huge, by the way, leading to its new generalized EAFC series. Beloved RPG developer BioWare was sharply downsized after Dragon Age The Veilguard proved a relative sales failure. The impending release of Battlefield 6, which has seen a massive beta numbers and positive critical reception, is looking like a much needed win for the company. I'm sure they need it and they need it bad. At this point, EA, this is probably why they're trying to do the whole like, we're listening, gamers. We're listening to you. We're listening to everything you say you want. Just
Like I said, because they're both in the same fucking situation, bruh.
believe us and come buy our game. Buy our game. Play it, please. We need you. I'm sure Battlefield 6 is going to be one of the last hoorahs for EA. And if it doesn't explode in a player base or it doesn't maintain its player base over time, they're going to have a very, very difficult few years ahead. But in any case, should the deal go through, here are some of the major studios and games that could be affected: BioWare, Respawn, Dice, Maxis, the Madden NFL and EA Sports College Football Series, the dormant Dead Space and Need for Speed series, the once dormant Skate, which recently resurrected, the Command and Conquer series, and the Origin Systems back catalog, including Ultima and Wing Commander, Pepperidge Farm remembers. Now, these are all pretty major franchises
Yeah.
that if they were to suddenly disappear or go under someone else's ownership, that's going to send a ripple effect throughout the industry. So if we end up getting a statement about this, I would be surprised. At this point, I'm
Now, boys, what I was talking about earlier, do you now understand what I was saying? Yes or no? Yes or no? Is it now everything like literally making sense?
not inclined to believe it. I've only seen one or two videos talking about this right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not inclined to
I will fold you in MW3.
fully believe this just yet,
uh,
but it's definitely possible, and it would not be super surprising coming from EA, who is currently struggling big time right now. So you guys let me know again what you think in the comments down below of this entire situation. Do you think that this is actually going to happen, or do you think this is bullshit right now? Whatever.
I think it might happen. I'm not gonna lie. I think it might happen unless EA does something. Like, what can they do? What are they gonna do? You know? Shit. Again. Everyone should be private. Fuck this shit, bruh. Everyone should go private.